Okay, let's settle this once and for all. Today, we're busting some of the biggest myths about Wix that I hear all the time. If you've ever thought, I'd love to work with you guys, I'd love to work with Pet Marketing Unleashed, but I don't know if I want a Wix website, or you've been one to question Wix because of something that someone told you from outdated information and now you're super hesitant, this episode is for you. It's going to be a short episode, but it's super important and something I'm really excited to talk about. Spoiler. Wix is an amazing option for so many pet business owners, and I'm here to show you why. I want to clear the air, share some facts, and celebrate the ways that Wix can make your business running smoother and more effective. Welcome, Petpreneur, to the Pet Marketing Unleashed podcast. I'm your host, Michaela Vargas, founder, designer, and educator behind Pet Marketing Unleashed. This podcast is all about growing your pet business without the stress. Here, you'll find episodes packed with actionable tips and advice for streamlining your online presence, avoiding burnout, and onboarding new clients while you're away from your desk or out with the dogs. So pop in those earbuds and learn stress-free marketing and website strategies with me while you head out on your next dog walk, pet sitting visit, drive to your next session, or just wherever your pet business takes you next. Let's dive in. Okay, before we dive in, here's an important disclaimer. Every website platform has its strengths and weaknesses. Most website designers will tell you that their platform that they work in is the only good option out there. But here's the truth. What really matters is the quality of the content on your site and how well it meets your business's needs. For a local service business like yours, you don't need anything overcomplicated. In fact, simpler is often better because you're going to be more likely to go in and make updates when you need to, right? That's why I'm such a big fan of Wix for our community. Before we jump into the specifics on the things that I love, I'd love to tackle two common concerns that I hear about Wix: their SEO and their functionality. Wix SEO is the biggest topic that's brought up when someone's inquiring with us, specifically about whether they should be using Wix. And this reason alone is motivation behind why I'm even recording this episode, because I want to address it once and for all for our entire community to know, because it's so important and the information out there is so outdated. So here's the deal. Wix is great for SEO. It gives you all the tools you need to rank on Google, like customizable title tags, meta descriptions, slugs, alt text for images, site hierarchy. They have sitemap submissions, integration with Google Search Console, robots.txt files, SSL certification, site security, image compression, an editable mobile version, an accessibility and SEO wizard. I seriously could go on and on. Google has even publicly addressed this and has stated that the website platform doesn't matter as much as the quality of your content and your consistency in updating it. So, what's most important? High quality content on your website that you feel comfortable heading into and updating. Otherwise, if you choose a platform that quote unquote has a better SEO reputation, like perhaps WordPress, but then you don't feel confident or comfortable enough to go in and make changes in fear of like breaking your website and having it go down, and you won't go in and post a blog or manually do updates, you're kicking yourself in the foot and not taking advantage of the SEO benefits in the first place. So the website platform is rarely the problem, especially if you're using one of the more popular website platforms like Wix or WordPress. Squarespace show it because they have that functionality. The problems with SEO, if you're having issues ranking, are: 1, how often are you updating your website content? 2, do you have high quality content on your website? 3, have you made use of all of the SEO settings and optimizations of your platform? So don't let a designer tell you it's always one platform of the highway, because that's not the one that they use, and there are no other good options, because that's not true. It's simply not true. You need to be comfortable going into your platform to make changes. And one more thing I do want to address in regards to Wix SEO, because we've then had people say, hey, well, I was on WordPress and then I went to Wix and my rankings plummeted, right? If that's the case, and this actually goes both ways, right? It could be somebody who had Wix and then now went to WordPress and their rankings plummeted. So why could that be? The most likely scenario is that the designer or the person did the site themselves and they didn't hire a designer. Whoever did it did not set up 301 redirects or index the new site, which can definitely affect your rankings. Again, that's not a platform issue unless the platform doesn't allow you to set up 301 redirects, but most should. And in case you don't know what 301 redirects are, it's essentially a way that you can let Google know that you changed the URL to a particular page. So if your old website had www.yoururl.com/about, and then you changed it to /about-us, you would then set up a 301 redirect so that the traffic can automatically be redirected to that new link. Now, this isn't even like just helpful for SEO. It also helps in case someone clicks on that old link. So if it's linked in like an old blog post somewhere, or if it was bookmarked and then someone goes to that link, it then wouldn't show them an error page. It would redirect them to the new URL. So it's super crucial to have 301 redirects whenever you're changing URLs to a page. That is the most common thing to know when you are changing platforms or updating your website and your website URLs, updating your domain, like whatever it is. You need to set up 301 redirects. That's the most common issue that people have when they switch platforms and then say it doesn't have as good of SEO. It's not an SEO/platform issue. It's typically that the 301 redirects were not set up, which can definitely affect your rankings. Okay, next up. It is our personal opinion with Wix that it's nice that you don't need to stress over plugins or manual updates. Plus, their SEO tools like the Wix SEO Whiz offers a step-by-step checklist to help you optimize your site for search engines. It's easy, reliable, and perfect for busy pet business owners. Again, why we use it. And if you're still hesitant and you think I'm just biased because I am one of those website designers that's saying, hey, you should use Wix, mind you, you don't have to. I'm just saying it's a great option. I did want to pass along something that was shared during the Google I/O conference straight from Google on the topic of Wix SEO. In quotes, for the Wix users, this is a pretty cool experience because they can see their page in the search results immediately. Within seconds, they're on Google. They also said, in quotes, Google and other leading SEO experts have confirmed that backlinks and content are the most important factors in achieving higher search engine rankings, end quotes. That's a big one, and I hope that helps address any concerns you have. Your biggest requirements for selecting a website platform should be how comfortable you are using the interface, because an SEO-optimized website needs to be one that you are regularly getting into to update, or if you prefer, paying somebody else to do so. Like whoever's the one getting into it, it needs to be consistently updated in order for you to rank higher in Google. Ready to take the next step in building your dream website? Wix is an incredibly user-friendly platform that we use for all of our website templates and client sites. Why? Because it makes maintaining your website long-term a breeze, even if you're not tech-savvy. You can get started with Wix for free today using our link in the show notes. When you create your account, keep your eye out because you'll see periodic sales to get 50% off. That's right, 50% off your first 1 to 3 years when you're ready to upgrade on your own time. So no more having to upgrade within 7 or 14 days. You can do it on your own time. Whether you're customizing one of our pet business templates or you're starting fresh, Wix has everything you need to create a stunning, functional website with ease. Check out our link in the show notes to get started today. All right. The next common question is whether Wix can handle advanced or custom features. The short answer, absolutely. Wix is incredibly versatile and offers a ton of functionality out of the box, like booking systems, membership areas, and online program software. In terms of actually editing, it's a drag and drop editor. It allows for 100% customization, whether you're embedding custom HTML code or simply designing a one-of-a-kind layout by yourself. Wix gives you the flexibility to make your website yours. It even has a dedicated mobile editor, so you can customize your site's mobile version separately, which is a super huge perk, I think, with Wix, because a lot of times with other platforms, you're able to like move things around, but that's really it. With Wix, you can actually delete something from the mobile version and then add a new version of it. So if you have a graphic that looks wonky on the mobile version, instead of like making it smaller so that you can't really like see it, you just hide it and then you can add a new separate image that's just for the mobile version, which is super nice, especially because there are so many mobile users that go onto websites and look for services like yours. But the best part, you don't have to deal with the stress of plugins that need constant updates that risk breaking your site. I can't tell you how many people have come to us who have used other platforms. We actually used to design in WordPress, and we had issues with people trying to go in and edit, and then plugins are outdated, and then it breaks down their site, and it's just a mess. So within the last year or so, Wix has fully updated their Wix editor, released a whole bunch of new advanced functionality, and it's, to me, quite impressive. I've actually had several people who used to not really like love Wix back in the day. They headed into the editor within the last couple of years, and then they say something like, hey, oh my gosh, wow, like I should be using Wix again. It looks so much different than it used to be. Now, I've only been in Wix since 2017, so I'm not as familiar with what it was like back in the day. But today, the functionality is something I'm very happy with for ourselves when we're designing custom sites, but also for our clients who can now easily maintain their websites moving forward. I recently attended a designer conference in Arizona where another popular website platform announced new features or coming soon features to their platform. And mind you, this platform is very trendy and modern, and people love it. So I was very surprised to see that those new features that they were talking about, Wix has had for years. Wix isn't just keeping up, it is ahead of the curve in so many ways. What makes Wix great for so many busy pet business owners is how user-friendly it is. You can easily make updates, adjust pricing, add team members, tweak your services without having to rely on a designer or a developer. And I know that's so important to so many of you who have had issues with previous designers simply because you had a lack of control. And this happens so many times. We get so many people who come to us and they either can't access their domain settings or they can't make edits to their website. They want to fully own their website, which is valid. And that's why we use Wix again, right? Maybe you couldn't access your site. You had to wait days or weeks to get your site updated, and you had to pay for those updates every single time because you weren't allowed to go in and make those changes. You name it. With Wix, that's completely unnecessary. And of course, if you work with us on Wix or if you have another Wix designer, they should be able to also help you if you do want that assistance. We, of course, help if you want to make big changes or do a redesign or whatever it is, and you just don't have the time and you want us to do it, of course. But we try and set up our clients to have full control and ownership of their website moving forward. And that's all done very easily with Wix. Now, some of the other Wix features I wanted to quickly mention to you that I felt are worth mentioning in this episode before we wrap up. Number one, again, Wix is mobile friendly and has a separate mobile editor. Not only can you manipulate items in the editor, but you can also remove and add in custom elements only in the mobile editor. Being able to customize your mobile site differently from your desktop version is so helpful, not only from a user experience perspective, but also for SEO. That one's so important. Two, Wix is accessibility friendly. I don't see many designers or platforms really mentioning the topic of accessibility, but it's something I've been seeing kind of being brought up more lately, especially more in the legal realm, and something that we educate on in all of our website templates and custom website designs, whether it's education or implementing the settings for you. But essentially, they have a Wix accessibility wizard that will comb through your site and make sure it's as accessible as possible outside of course, any local accessibility laws. And if you don't know what accessibility is, it's essentially the ways that you can make your website accessible to people with different abilities or disabilities. So if they're unable to see your website, can they still kind of go through and actually have the text read to them? So those are through screen readers and things like that. So there's different settings and things on your website that you can implement to make sure that it's as accessible as possible, which is good from a legal perspective, but also from a user experience perspective as well. 3, Wix has great security. To be honest, this shouldn't really be a feature that sets Wix apart because you'd think all website platforms would have these things, but the unfortunate truth is that they do not, at least not in the same scale. Wix has built-in security. They automatically update your sitemap. They have robot.txt files. They can do the 301 redirects. You don't need to update plugins like other platforms. They have safe data encryption. They use third-party risk management. They have around-the-clock monitoring for threat detection. We have literally, and I don't want to jinx myself, so knock on wood here, we have not had one issue with security or hacking or anything like that since we started Pet Marketing Unleashed back in 2017. So if you have been wondering whether Wix is the right choice for your website, I hope this episode helped clear up any concerns. I will also link in the show notes some other blog posts that we have, specifically comparing Wix to some other platforms if you wanted to kind of compare and see which one might be the best fit for you, because there are scenarios, right, where maybe Wix isn't the best option for you. If you're wanting that custom coding and you don't even need to get in your website because you want to pay someone else, or perhaps you have an e-commerce site and you don't want to use Wix stores and you want to use something like Shopify that has a little bit more robust functionality because you have a big shop. Those are instances where maybe you can look into other platforms. But for your average local pet service business, Wix is such a great option. It's simple to use. It has the functionality that you need. But again, it's not necessarily about the platform being better or worse than others. It's about what works best for you and your business. For so many pet businesses, Wix is that perfect balance of simplicity, functionality, and flexibility. Now, if you want to see how we can help you with a new website, we have 3 different options. 1, we have Wix website templates that you can purchase directly from our website. And with that template, you'll receive a course that walks you through the process of customizing it, along with education lessons on copywriting, SEO, and onboarding strategy. 2, we have a semi-custom option where you can purchase that website template we just mentioned, but we'll customize it for you so you can have it ready to go in one VIP day. And 3, we have our custom-built Wix website designs. All of those links, again, will also be for you below in the show notes, or you can simply head to our website at petmarketingunleashed.com and explore that on our site. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Remember, your website is a tool to make your life easier and your business better. Until next time, keep building the business of your dreams and loving on those pets. We'll talk soon. Thanks for listening all the way to the end. I appreciate you being here, and if you enjoyed this episode, which I think you did because you're still here with me, then I want to invite you to check out our website templates over at petmarketingunleashed.com/shop. As a podcast listener, I know you're serious about taking your pet business to the next level, and your website is a crucial piece to making that happen. After all, your website is more than a digital business card. It's your virtual assistant, your marketing person, your booking manager, and it should be working for you around the clock, bringing in clients, saving you time, and growing your business. Our Pet Marketing Unleashed website templates are not just pretty. They're also strategically designed for your type of business, built with search rankings in mind, and are truly easy to customize so you can launch a successful website and streamline your operations. You'll also get access to our signature course that shows you how to write website copy like a pro, do foundational SEO, and set up your tech. So with a few clicks to customize, you have absolutely everything you need for a website that stands out from the pack. And as a thank you for being a loyal podcast listener, you can use the code PMUPodcast at checkout to get 10% off your website template. Again, that's PMUPodcast for 10% off your template. If you're ready to elevate your website and make it work as hard as you do, head over to petmarketingunleashed.com/shop and explore all our templates. Also, if you love this episode, sharing it with a fellow preppreneur or leaving a review and rating is a great way to support this podcast and keep it running. Thanks again for tuning in. I'll be back soon with a new episode.